Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gnormville party. I'm glad you all have stuck around through all this craziness, this upsetting time that we've been having. So I thank you all. While we're still waiting on the proper authorities to arrive here at Gnormville, we've done a little bit of detective work over the last few days. I know we've kind of taken a break at our party. We had a little hiatus there. A lot's been going on here. So because of the Gnormville shenanigery, we took a little bit of a break. All seriousness. I'm sorry that I haven't put these out to you all as like I'm supposed to be. I'm 2, maybe 3 behind at this point. My apologies. I have videos, or pictures, to put at the end. Just in case I forget to do a voiceover, Miss Margaret has 2 photos of her drunken granny square blanket, or drunken granny stitch blanket. And Miss Heidi has 2 squares that she is adding to her blanket. Both are so cool. I can't wait to make a drunken granny. I really want to do that. Also, Heidi's squares are like the bee's knees. They're both just the coolest blankets. And so, in case I forget to do a voiceover, you'll know what those are at the end. So I'm sorry that I haven't been on here. I did my live. I just kind of took off. Like, was it Monday and Tuesday? No. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, part of Tuesday. Just kind of took off. Went to the doctor on Monday. So just kind of didn't do a whole lot. So I'm sorry that I haven't put these out like I'm supposed to. I'm back. Result of this. I'm back. So, back to character. Alright, so, with all the tragedy that has happened here at Gnormville, and during our Gnormville party, no less. We're supposed to be having a good time. I kind of, we got sidetracked and we took a little bit of a break from detective work, but we are back. By golly, we are back. So, all right. In case you're just arriving at the party, which I don't know how, surely people have, not let new people in. Once again, there's evidence. Don't step any. Watch your step. Watch what you touch. All of those things. Everyone's a suspect. All of that. So, in case you are new to the party, well, let me tell you what's going on. We were supposed to have our first annual Gnormville, let's call it a barbecue, a July barbecue. Sure, why not? I don't know. Anyway, we were supposed to have our first Gnormville party. It was going to be very fancy, talk of the town even. And then, before the night even really got started, there was a murder. The owner of the Gnormville campground was tragically murdered. We are trying still to figure out who, what, and where. So, I have a list of possible suspects, a list of possible weapons, and a list of possible places that this could have happened. The man is missing. We know that tragic things happened. We are doing the detective work until the detectives get here, so y'all are trying to help me figure this out. As guests at the party, we're all in this together. Once again, everyone's a suspect. Be careful who you talk to. All right. So, all right. Before I get into the suspects and the insanely fun part that is, let me just very quickly go over our blanket. So, along with doing the things, this is what we have so far for our suspects and our weapons and our stuff. So far, the only thing that we have marked off are knitting needles. We know that the weapon was not knitting needles, and that's what we know. All right, as of right now. Okay, so the evidence is in here. It's confidential, all of those things. All right, our blanket. There are 5 of us. Like I said, we're doing this as kind of a, or not kind of a, but we're doing this as a family blanket. Also, we do family blankets on here pretty often. This is, we may be into double digits now. I'm not even really sure. We do them a lot. But there are 5 of us, so my hubby, 3 kiddos, myself. And each night they choose a color, usually choose an activity. Sometimes we have a playlist of music. We haven't done that, and I'm kind of bummed about it. I had a really good suggestion for a song in my last video, and I was, yeah, but We didn't really do the music part of it this time, but we've still been kind of trying to keep up with the activities. We tried to keep up with the colors. Like I said, I kind of dipped on the party for a little while, so I'm sorry. So this is our blanket so far. So I started out with just bright red in the middle. It was like kind of a, makes sense with the vibe type of a color, right? Okay, and then we did like in order. We started with Derek. So Derek, me, Squirrely Dan, Finn. So that's where we are right now. So I just realized I didn't choose the color. Dadgummit. I will be right back. We're going to pretend like this was all planned. Per usual here on Stitch Your Name Easy. This is all part of the illusion that I had it all planned and together. Okay. It was all part of the plan. Pen in my hand and everything. It was all part of it. Alrighty. So, yeah. So we were behind, to say the least. We went through everyone and made it back around. That's how far behind we are on this blanket. So, like I said, yeah, Squirrely Dan chose this one because it reminded him of Freddy Krueger. Finn, without knowing, chose this one. So, how perfect are those? Then, 'twas Bee's day. No, I didn't finish this row. Sure, you're seeing this. I didn't finish that, so I have a lot of work to do. Right. For Bee's day, she chose Mary Maxim Glimmer in, I don't know, the purple one. There's a name on here and our tag got a smidge messed up. Dark purple. So it's going to be really pretty by that burgundy. Pretty excited about that one. So Bee chose dark purple. I'm just going to go through the colors a little bit and then just kind of slightly tell you all what we've done over the last few days. Like I said, it's been a minute, so it's kind of a little bit different than like each day. Right, so anyway, B. And then, so after B, we would start back over with Derek. Derek's color, black. So this, how pretty is that going to be? That's pretty good. Black. Then, then me, I suppose. So that's what happened last time. I forgot about myself. Then me. So I chose red for myself just to kind of bring it back to this in the middle a little bit. It's not the same color, but you know. All right. Then Squirrely Dan chose bright yellow. Mainstay, I guess I could tell you guys that. Mainstay black. Mainstay, this one just red. Yep, mainstay red. Mainstay yellow. And then Finn chose Big Twist Value in orange. How easy is that? Black, red, yellow, orange. Okay. And then B for her final color. Like I said, then that brings us back around to tomorrow. I'll bring you all Derek's color choice, my color choice. Maybe another one. I don't know. We need to scooch our way on through this. It's already the 12th. So anyway, B chose this one. So I love this cotton in black sparkle. This was one that was on the Hobby Lobby clearance. I made my Summer Breeze top out of this, and this was a fun yarn. So, all right. This to, if I can do this or not. Probably not. This one. Oh, nope, I just dropped it. Those. Okay. And then after that, these. Not that they're going to be by that, but you know. So, all right. So those are our colors. I need to get busy, for sure. So I'm just using my 5.5 hook, doing 2 rows of each color, continuous granny. I thought about making appliques, but probably not. We shall see. Anyway, so you guys are there. So, anywho, yeah. Just like I'm gonna do a continuous granny. I may or may not make appliques. I may or may not do a border. Heck, I don't know. You know, probably not, but I can say that I would. All right. Anywho, back to the task at hand, right? Okay. So our mystery lies in there, and I will say that. But we don't need that yet, because I will just say this. Out of the comments in the last video, like this is going to be the third one, I'm just going to do them by numbers. So this is the third part. I'm not doing like day however many, like day 5 through 18 catch up, because that's pretty much what this would be. So anyway, 5 through 12 anyway. So instead of doing that, I'm just doing by parts. So this one is part 3. So in part 2, there were several of you that commented. I will say, and I'm not going to say who, one person was one thing away from getting it. That's all I'm going to say. One person was redunculously close, and I'm like, stop, the game's going to end already. And then no, but one person was one thing away, and I'm not going to, that's all I'm going to say about it. Y'all are too good. Okay? Okay. So, anywho. So like I said, I had several comments. I'm just going to tell you guys the things that people picked, and then mark the cards I have, because we're pretending like we're playing Clue, right? So mark the ones that I know that aren't it off of our suspect list. So, all right. So, Mrs. Amethyst was chosen. The Yarn Corner, Scissors, the local yarn store in Gnormville, obviously. Miss Fontaine, the Craft and Caravan. Let's see, what is Dr. Finch. Dr. Finch, Amethyst, and Fontaine were chosen twice each, just saying. The Gnormville Halloween house, yarn as a weapon, a stitch marker as a weapon. The Gnormville Burger Shack as a place. Dr. Draven as a suspect. A tape measure as a weapon. A crochet hook as a weapon. And a rabbit hole as the place. Now, like I said, one person got almost all of them. But of course I can't tell you who that person was. And of course I can't tell you if it was a weapon or a place or a suspect that they were off by, because that would just make it, that would give you a whole nother clue. And we were going to have kind of like backgrounds on everyone, and then, I don't know, perhaps you all have ideas about them already. I wouldn't want to ruin them for you. I'm sure they're very pinky up, you know, people among their town. I'm sure lots of folks know who they are. It seems like a very prestigious place, Gnormville, you know what I mean? So, okay. So I can tell you, we're going to mark 4 things off of our list today. We're going to mark suspects, a place, and a weapon. Suspects, a place, and a weapon off of our list today. So, our first person that we're going to mark off, kind of a surprise or shocker to me, is Mrs. Amethyst. So, I'm going to do this right here. So, Mrs. Amethyst, officially not a suspect. You're cleared, Mrs. Amethyst. Come join the group. You know what I mean? Okay, so second thing is going to be our place. The place we're going to mark off. Where are we? Nobody's here. Okay, so the yarn corner. Nobody's as in owners of campgrounds. That kind of bodies. So we're marking off the yarn corner, because it didn't happen in the yarn corner, because we wouldn't be able to film if it were in the yarn corner. That would be weird. So, marking the yarn corner off. Alright, as far as weapons, so we have crochet hook, knitting needles were marked off, scissors, tape measure, yarn, stitch marker. So, I can tell you without a doubt, it was not the scissors. So there we go. And then finally, just because, I'll give you one more hint of who it isn't. We're going to mark off one more person, because we have a lot of persons. You're only supposed to have 6 in the game. We have 9, so hey. So, 'twas not Dr. Finch, which is quite surprising considering his profession. Just saying. Sorry if you're a doctor. It's just, you know. Alright. So, we know officially then that the innocent folks are Mrs. Amethyst, Dr. Finch. Places that it couldn't possibly have happened. Way here in the yarn corner, of course. Weapons that aren't a thing. No way. knitting needles, and scissors. So down below, I will list all of these, and I put a little asterisk by the ones that are off the list officially. So yeah, so if y'all want to guess, feel free. 'Tis fun. If you guess all three things, you win a prize. Okay. Also, very quickly, because I did this in between the last video and this one, I put up merch in the Teespring. I had so much fun with that. It says I survived Solvin Ain't Easy 2023, and it's kind of like this creepy looking thing. It's like the Crime and Crochet font, but then it is like part of it is, part of it isn't. It's really cool. So anyway, I will link those down below too, like the specific link to that, just in case y'all need like a survival bag. You know what I mean? You never know what you're gonna find. So all right. So the suspects that are still possible then are Miss Huxley, Dr. Draven, Colonel Cornelius, Miss Fontaine, Mrs. Ledger, Mrs. Abernathy, Professor Collymore, and Professor Cromwell. Scenes: Gnormville Burger Shack, Gnormville Candy Shop, Gnormville Local Yarn Store, Gnormville Halloween House, Gnormville Farm. Also, craft fairs, crafting caravan, and down the rabbit hole. The weapons that are still potentially a thing: crochet hook, tape measure, yarn, stitch marker. So, what could it be? So, okay, so I will link all of those things down below. Put a little asterisk by the ones that are like marked off our list, so that way I'll know not to guess them. I will link the bags and shirts just in case you want to look at. There's also a coffee mug because, I mean, obviously, you know, you survive all this, you're probably gonna need some coffee. So, coffee and some yarn for your yarn bag. All right. So, I'm gonna build off of this, and oh my gosh, add all of these. This is crazy bananas. Add 6 colors. That's 12 rows, y'all. That's 12 rows. So I'm gonna go do that. That's my plan for the evening. I had a live this morning. I've never done a live in the daytime before, or in the daytime. That's not true. Never come out at daytime. I'm a vampire. Anyway, did a morning one. Usually there on like in the evening time. It was a whole lot of fun. So I don't know. I need to find a day that like in the morning that works. But breaking character once again. Sorry, it's a very scary time here. I don't know. What are we talking about? What is alive? Who does that mean? Who does that even affect? You know what I mean? So, all right. So once again, the answers await in this little envelope right here. But for today, I'm sorry to say, Mrs. Amethyst, Dr. Finch, the yarn corner, and scissors aren't in here. So, please put your guesses down below. Perhaps there's a prize just for you. So, alright. So I thank you all for watching, being extra creepy with me. I appreciate it so much. Please, as I mentioned before, watch your step. Evidence all about. Please, whatever you do, do not forget, my friends, that everyone is a suspect. So be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you share your secrets with. Perhaps don't drink after anyone. Make your own drinks. Make your own plate. Be alert. Stay alert. Till next time. Good luck with your detective work, everyone.